So in this part, I'm going to show you a wheel, an exposure calculating wheel that I constructed for the classroom. And, you know, we're not in the classroom, so I'm hoping that we can pick up enough of this on the screen. Now, if you'll remember, I said on the older cameras we had f-stops here and we had shutter speeds here. So I'm going to pretend that I have loaded 125 ISO film in my camera. So I am going to use the f16 rule. So the first thing I do is I go up front to the lens and I change this setting so that f16 is lined up with the index mark. So you can just put that in your digital camera, put it on manual, and set it at f16. I am going to say I have 125 ISO film, so I am now going to put the shutter speed indicator at 125. Okay? So if it's a bright sunny day, all I have to do is focus the picture, okay, and then take the picture, 125 at f16. Now a question comes up. What if I want to shoot a blurry background picture? So right now my wheel is set up so that I have the exposure 125 next to f16, okay? So according to the f16 rule, this combination of lens opening and this shutter speed will give me the appropriate amount of light, and I'm just going to nickname that 1 cup, pretending that I'm measuring liquid. That if I use this lens opening and this shutter speed, I will get 1 cup of light. Well, if I decided that all I was going to do was go to a bigger lens opening, because I know that a bigger lens opening is going to give me blurry backgrounds if I focus on the foreground, and I change this, but I don't change this, what I have in effect done is overexpose, because I've opened this up 1, 2, 3 stops, and I will get terrible exposures. So let's put this back to where it was. All right. So with the f16 rule, it says this opening and this speed gives me 1 cup worth of light. But look over here now. I haven't moved the wheel at all, and I say to myself, I want to use 5.6 to give me a blurry background. Well, Mr. Magic Wheel or Miss Magic Wheel, Wheel of Fortune, what shutter speed should I use? Okay. I should use 1/1000th of a second. So I know it's going to be a little tricky, but try and wrap your head around it. When I go from f16, I go to a bigger opening, I'm going to have to go to a faster shutter speed. And then I go to f8 and I go even bigger lens opening, then I have to go to an even shorter, an even faster shutter speed until I get over here at 5.6 at 1000. So in the days of film, it was a relatively easy maneuver, which I call click click. So here I am at 16, I want to go to 11, then I just move my shutter to 250. And then I go over one more standard f number to 8, and then I move it over to 500. And then I move it over one more to 516, and then I move it to 1,000. So digital photography, too bad. We have to be a little more mathematical and a little more into reading charts. We can't just twist our dials. So this, in effect, tells us every one of these combinations will let in 1 cup of light. 1 cup of light. Okay? For some reason I want to go smaller. I need f32. I need 1/30th of a second. That will prevent over and under exposure. So every one of these combinations is going to give me the same amount of light. But the picture will look different because the size of the lens opening is different. The exposures will remain the same. So that wraps up our photo theory regarding equivalent exposures.